Okay, so I'm gonna explain this real quick about why Ethan didn't win, why I really didn't win either, and why, he kind of fucked up. Why he wanted to start the beef, why my song was a lot better than. See, it's kind of weird because a lot of people love my song, and some people that just didn't like me aren't gonna like my song anyway. So it's hard to say who really likes it. And some people were like, "Oh, you guys both did good." But I'm gonna kind of go over everything really quick here, as quick as possible. So to break down his song, it was basically all saying the same shit over and over. The best line he had was probably the clap line. He made fun of my fast rap, but to me it was like people loved that part of my song, so really there's not much to make fun of. And if you can't do it yourself, obviously you're gonna make fun of it. But I mean, if you can prove that, then prove that too. But you haven't proven your writing ability, which I'm gonna get into. His only other good part was the beginning. He started to kind of go off, I forget exactly how he said, but I know when he like took a breath and was talking about the chicken, he kind of fucked up. He was talking about not making it here, so I want to move to California. Well, obviously nobody makes it here unless you're Google Cal, and most of y'all probably don't even know who that is. And I've always wanted to move to California, even though I feel like I sound more east than west, but it is what it is. I just want to move there, and I feel like it's gonna be a big step, and I got a lot of shit going on there. The other thing is his punchlines. His punchlines were terribly gross, disgusting, and not in a good way. Said his best punchline would have been the clap one. His most kind of, I don't know if you could say lyrical or technical, but the best kind of part of his song was just the beginning there. Other than that, he was like kind of being really iffy. Like, he didn't really know what his sound was, if it was serious or funny or what. He was just kind of like, eh. So going through my song, this news part basically is just about, me saying what he's saying. It's just really repetitive also, and I'm like, I don't know his last name. It's because on Facebook his last name's Hunter. I think his real last name is Anthony. Then his producer last name is Ryan, and then his rapper last name is Anomaly. So it's like, why do you have 4 aliases? At least that's what I got from, reading it up. But then, yeah, I'm just saying, like, how old that is, and it's like, bro, this is, like, 5 years old. That picture's, like, a decade old, literally, or 9 years, or something like that. So, then I get in the song. The beat. Why I picked this beat is because it's what Eminem used on Benzino, and this is really just a beat that he wasn't serious about. He was just clowning Benzino the whole time. So the fact that I wasn't serious about this beef, and it was, him, was just like, whatever. In this part where I'm saying I'm above you, I kind of go into this, you gotta shoot at the ceiling because you're shooting at your level. You gotta shoot higher to hit me. This part, Eminem says this part, but it works so perfectly, I just kept it in there. I didn't want to hurt your feelings, bro. And I didn't want it to be like this because I didn't want the beef, so I don't want it to be like this. And I don't want to hurt your feelings, I was just trying to help you out. And then obviously I'm talking about rewriting his songs because like I did before. I used the Tina Cruz, I flipped that on him. I might not be the best, but I'm still better than you. You say you're the man, but you're not on Spotify. I don't take old shit down. Talk about how he has a lot of stuff to talk about, but there's nothing about him to be found because no one knows what he is. This part, not the coolest, cutest, or smartest, not the best artist, whatever. He said that in another song of his, and I flipped that on him. This wanted part, I'm saying, he had a feature called Mickey Bars, or not called Mickey Bars, but the feature's name is Mickey Bars, shout out Mickey Bars, but I was just basically saying, like, look, yeah, I did like the song because I said, it was dope in a message, but I was like, listen, yeah, it was dope, but only parts with Mickey Bars in it. And then I go in kind of here, I say, in your bicarbonate of soda, I put arsenic, so I'm poisoning your soda. And in my carbon scope, I see your arsenic. So right there, most of that line's already rhyming. That's like pretty decent right there, like for that assonance. And then also just that creativity, like, of poisoning a drink and saying, you're in my sights, you're in my scope, I'm gonna shoot you, I'm gonna take you out. And go about being Dr. Seuss, whatever. Yours clues how to do this because he couldn't have that right. I'm talking about the hit part. So what I'm saying, to lyrically box with me is stupid. My one hit will leave your whole song sound toothless, or whatever I said was basically like boxing, yeah, and one hit, I'm gonna knock all your teeth out. And also, my one hit as my one song is going to make your song sound toothless. You're going to sound stupid. That's what it means. So, this is going over a lot of people's heads, apparently. The bizarre part, is because Bizarre's real name is Rufus. This part, I'm just saying, dude, you blew it. I'm trying to help you out. This part I messed up on. So I said, I found Ethan eating semen Weathens. It was supposed to be, I see Ethan eating semen Weathens. So I kind of messed it up a little bit. But that whole line was supposed to rhyme. And then from there, a couple extra bars are going to rhyme too. But it was like, you know, I found Ethan eating semen Weathens. That whole thing rhymes when you say, I see Ethan eating semen Weathens. Or maybe I seen Ethan. I'd have to see exactly how I wrote it. But I think it's like, I seen Ethan eating semen Weathens or something like that. That's what it was supposed to be. But it was still 4 of the same rhymes. And then, you know, the next one, no meet and greeting, because he wouldn't meet up with me, even though I kept asking and asking on Messenger, why don't you meet up with me? So, meet and greeting. Catch me in the streets and you'll get beat. You know, I'll put you in the hearse. You know, and I talk about his last words. It's just kind of funny. You know, like I said, I wasn't being too serious about this. Right there, obviously, I'm talking, again, you know, I mentioned Spotify, now I'm talking about SoundCloud, is the only thing he's on. Some people said he doesn't even have a YouTube. I'm not really sure about that. I haven't looked it up or not, but, you know, I'm just saying, again, you know, what's up? Get off SoundCloud, bro. Okay. So this part, the diet part, you know, he said I'm malnutrition or something like that. What I'm saying is, look, if I look like I'm dying, you know, you're bigger. Okay, well, you look like you're eating all ARP's diet. ARP as in, you know, the group of Shane, Ty, and Cody. Now, Cody's cool. Cody's fine. But you look at Shane and Ty, and they're smaller than me, especially Ty. And that's really not a jab at them, but it's just saying, you know, the people that you're kind of with are smaller than me, but you're saying to me that I'm malnutritioned, so you must be eating their food. You know what I mean? And that's why you're big and they're small, because you're eating their food. That's all I was saying there. Got butt hurt, tried to help with blunt words. Here's a curb supper, go to hell to suffer. So there again, you know, blunt words, suffer, you know, all that stuff. So, you know, curb supper, go to hell to suffer, that whole thing, you know, there's so many curb, supper, suffer. They're all rhyming, right, in these different ways. But it's just saying, like, hey, look, I tried to help you out, and now I'm just going to stomp you out. You know, so get a curb supper, you know, curb stomp. I'm going to curb stomp you. It's simple, guys. This part, this part I was talking about, he said he was going to use the ooh beat by Young M.A., and instead he didn't end up using it, so I was like, I must be hearing things, because that's not the ooh beat, huh? And then, you know, basically saying, you know, he was like, oh, Tim, for you, I had to pick a new beat because he knew he couldn't beat me with that beat. And really, the beef, since it was about writing, he had shit writing, so he still didn't beat me. Now I'm talking about the rules and, you know, flipping the pussy thing back on him. He's like, oh, you're a pussy. I was like, okay, well, you're the tampon I bleed on. And then, you know, before that, like, okay, the rules thing, we were going to do the battle rules. So I didn't want to do a live battle, but I said we can do battle rules, you know, and it'll be the same thing. And we can record it in the same place and everything. I just didn't really feel like doing it live. And he was like, okay, cool. And then all of a sudden he was like, nah. So I don't know what happened with that, but okay. So there I'm saying, you know, I'm a newbie and I'm on Spotify. Why aren't you? And then also saying, Oh, the new Greed. Okay, so he had this old song called Greed, and he says the same thing over and over in this song, even though in the song he says, I'm not going to repeat it. I forget exactly how he says it, but he's like, you know, I need the money because I'm greedy, whatever. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. But he's repeating it as he's saying, I'm not going to repeat it. So I'm saying you're going to make a Greed 2 by repeating the same shit over and over in the diss track you made. I might as well just talk about this. So the Shane part is obviously a little shot at Shane. You know, you're not Shane shit, Shag no Scooby, huh? Now that means you're not saying shit like Shane, so you're not Shane shit like Shag no Scooby, which is Shane's stage name. So you're not Shane shit, Shag no Scooby, huh? I like this newbie, huh? You ain't Shane shit, Shag no Scooby, huh? Split your lettuce in when I shoot. Just saying, you know, split your lettuce in. Talk about the haters in Racine and saying how they don't know him, so they can't hate on him. And then since he said Tina Cruz, I said Eva Thien. It's just the first thing that came out. You know, then I'm talking about how most people in Racine, you know, they hate when people dream on like me and the few people that do, and they don't have a leg to lean on themselves because they just kind of are like doing the same shit and they have no goals and aspirations. They're just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna whatever. Then I go back into this. So like I said, you know, Eminem uses these first two parts basically the same, and then I kind of change it. You know, next time you take a shot at me, make sure you're aiming up, because otherwise you're not gonna hit me. Now, at the end, I talk about the gun. I did have to pull my gun, but don't ask about that. I'm not gonna talk about that. Like I said, that's not the kind of person I am. It wasn't to be cool, so don't worry about it. So then I'm talking about how he sounds like he's like, oh, you're a bitch. Like he just really like he couldn't like be loud. It seemed like he was like, oh, you're a bitch. Like his parents were home yelling at him, so that's why I said that. Then the whole Donnie Thornberry or whatever his name is, I don't know who that was, and that's the dude from that one show. And I was like, well, I feel like I sound more like Ripperoo from Crash Bandicoot. You know, he's that like laughing kangaroo or whatever. He's like the blue dude. I don't know.
I think I sound more like Ripperoo.
You know, going back over the common knowledge and just being like, do you, because I guess you can't do me. Even if I can do you better, you haven't proven that you can do me better. And then saying, you know, I'll keep going because I got more ammo. I'll make more songs. I was already planning on making more than one. I'm pretty sure that's it. Like, I'm not going to break down his whole song because, like I said, everything you can find out in 5 minutes, especially when there's people that know about me that don't like me or just want me to lose, which I guess means they don't like me, so same thing. We're giving him all this information, and don't worry, I know who the people are. I'm not going to call them out. I don't need to. But it's like he had all this stuff, and I didn't have anyone help me out. And I also wrote this in a matter of probably like 5 hours from the time I heard his song. And then by the time I written and recorded my song, then, you know, I made this skit and I, you know, put it out and everything. So like 10 hours later or less than that, I had it out. But that's it. You know, so to recap, he wanted to get in the beef over me rewriting his stuff better. Okay, fine, then prove me wrong. You didn't prove me wrong. You proved that, you know, you can talk to a couple people and, you know, read a couple things. So that's why I don't think either of us won, specifically because he took it a different route all of a sudden at the end. We were supposed to take the writing route, I thought. We were supposed to do the rules. He had changed both of those things all of a sudden. He didn't focus at all on the writing. So to me, since that's what we were supposed to be beefing about, whatever, why he was mad, he didn't do that. So to me, he didn't prove himself. Where I already took his own line and remade it, and I have proven myself. So, you know, he might have proved the personal thing, but to me that was never personal, because to me this thing was never personal, and that wasn't what I was trying to show. So it was two completely different kinds of disses. I think they're really uncomparable in a way. Whatever. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to drop another one or if he will or what, but for right now I feel like it's whatever. I mean, other than this stuff, I'm just focusing on my music. In a way, I'm kind of like happy it happened because it's helping me blow up and it's helping him blow up a lot, but also like it's helping me kind of make more, just more songs faster, you know. So in a couple hours, I made this song, and that's really gonna help me out, you know, for the week. And if I end up making more, then it's, you know, that's gonna be a whole week's worth of songs basically, just in like a couple days. So that'd be really cool. I still have to finish a couple songs for next month's project. I have a song that I might put out for this month, but I think I'm gonna do another song I'm planning on, and then drop this one like in March or something, I think. So we'll see exactly, because there's a specific order I feel like that would be the best. But definitely there's gonna be like an EP next month, just cause, you know, February, all that, you know, love and all that shit, whatever. So I mean, that's pretty much it for now. My next video was supposed to post a New Year video, but now it's too late. And then I was gonna do like a hat collection video for this one, because I was gonna get rid of the New Year one, but now I'm just gonna push that one back, because that one's like a really long video. It's like almost half an hour, just like going through my hats basically and shit, for the most part. But yeah, so other than this stuff, it's just normal business as usual, man. Business as usual. And like I said, I feel like we completely took different routes. You know, I did, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And he was more like, it's not how you say it, it's what you say, which to me is just such an easy way out. But it's whatever. I just don't think he kind of proved himself. But I guess that's really it for this one. I'm just gonna head out, so I'll see y'all in the next one. You know what I'm saying? One more thing I forgot. People that are actually in the game that are about writing, which is, you know, all the best ones, Eminem, Nas, Jay-Z, all of them, how they judge by picking their favorite rappers and rap battles themselves is by your writing ability. And, you know, obviously, like, the truth and everything, but if you have no writing aspect behind that, no technical, then you're not doing shit. Because anybody can say, you know, whatever, but the whole reason you're making it into a song is to put that technical aspect behind it, especially if you're gonna come at me for being more technical than you. So, since he has no technical aspect, he's already cut off. Anybody can be like, oh yeah, you're a dummy, bro, you're a bitch. And the other thing too is people thought I wasn't flipping it. I just proved that. I flipped his song Greed, Cloud Walking, and Wanted all in this song, or my diss or whatever. I still don't know his last name. I don't know if it's Alan, Anthony. Anomaly is like his rap name. I think Ryan's his producer name. And then I think there's a Hunter's like his Facebook name. I don't fucking know. I just put Anthony because I don't fucking know what his last name is. I think it might be Alan. I don't even know. But then one more thing was, the last thing was, you know, I was flipping a lot of shit. Like, if you listen to our This Is back to back, the first thing he says is, what's free? And he goes into that a little bit, right? Well, what's free is all your music is on SoundCloud. Well, mine's on actual distribution services, getting out on nearly, if not 200 different things, such as Tidal, Apple Music, Spotify, Shazam, Siri. So what is free, bro? Get into everything else I flipped. It's just a little bit too much, and you just gotta open your mind, guys. I can't give you everything. Just think a little bit more. Stop letting shit go over your head, because I'm still above you on the next floor, bro. Start shooting at your ceiling. I'll check you out on the next one.